Greetings. Hey fellow Force users, what is up? It's Ahsoka fan and welcome back to my YouTube channel. First off, I just wanted to say rest in peace to Jeremy Bulloch, who played Boba Fett in the original trilogy. He passed away yesterday. It's honestly such a sad year, I feel like. And we just not too long ago lost Dave Prowse, so it's really sad to hear that he passed away as well. So may he rest in peace. I think you can guess maybe who I'm playing today. Sorry. Hi little guy, yes, we didn't forget about you, don't worry. Based off of that little intro, yes, I am playing Gideon. Technically this is actually a Darth Vader costume or a Lady Vader costume that I got a while back, but as I've mentioned in previous videos, I feel like Gideon kind of reminds me a lot of Vader, and his armor actually resembles that of Darth Vader's. So I figured, why not wear this costume for the video today? So guys, as we know, this is the finale. I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous. I do feel like it's going to be a big episode. We know obviously that Gideon has Grogu right now, and so hence my intro. And we know that Mando is on his way to rescue Grogu with the help of Fennec and Boba Fett. It should be quite the showdown. Now, just some pre-episode speculations. First of all, although I know there's going to be some sort of showdown, I don't anticipate that Gideon will die. There's obviously still Mandalorian season 3, and I think that he does have to be around for that, unless they're planning on introducing Thrawn and making him the main villain of next season. But I don't know. I don't think that he'll die. Right now, Gideon has Grogu and the Darksaber. We know that Bo-Katan wants the Darksaber. We know that Mando wants Grogu. So I think that hopefully we'll see them get one of those things. So maybe the episode might end with Mando getting Grogu back, but Gideon still has the Darksaber, and then next season we'll see Bo-Katan go after him for the Darksaber, and that'll be the main storyline there. Or, you know, maybe they'll get the Darksaber and then they won't get Grogu this time around. Maybe they'll get neither, and we'll have to wait until next season for Grogu to get rescued, because we know that at the end of season 1 he was able to rescue Grogu, and then the cliffhanger ended with Gideon and the Darksaber, right? So who knows? This season finale could be the opposite of that, where it ends off with him still having Grogu. And I do anticipate that this will be the episode where we see our mystery Jedi. I think it'd be the perfect way, the perfect episode to introduce them in the finale. You know, why not go out with a bang? And there has been so much talk about who this Jedi is, who they'll be. I've heard so many theories, from Luke to Mace Windu to Cal Kestis to Ezra. And I think right now I'm going with Luke as being the Jedi. I think that he and Ahsoka have to meet at some point, because she has to find out from him that Darth Vader, her former master, did come back to the light side. And so that would mean they have to meet, and what better way to set up that meeting than by bringing Luke into the series. And the reason why I don't think it'll be Ezra, although I could be wrong, is because for the Rebels epilogue, we see Ahsoka looking as though she is picking up Sabine to go off somewhere, to venture off somewhere. And so I kind of get the impression from that epilogue that at that moment in time, she has not located Ezra or Thrawn. Dave Filoni heavily hinted that that epilogue might actually take place after The Mandalorian. So that means that in The Mandalorian, Ahsoka still has not located Thrawn or Ezra, or at least that's what we're supposed to assume. They were last seen together in Rebels, and because of this, I feel like if you find one, you're kind of going to find the other. So I don't know if it makes sense to bring Ezra into the story right now when Ahsoka has not yet located him for that reason. I could be wrong though. Maybe Ezra and Thrawn separated, and then Ahsoka's going to find one before the other at a later time in her own series or next season or whatnot, and maybe Ezra will show up now. But yeah, I personally feel like for that reason he won't show up just yet. I don't think we'll see him until later on. Mace Windu is a possibility because As we know, guys, Star Wars is no stranger to bringing back characters from the dead. I mean, we literally have Boba and Fennec in the same episode, and then you have Darth Maul, who was cut in half and fell and then still managed to survive. So it's very possible that Mace Windu is still alive and he could be the Jedi as well. But yeah, right now I feel like I'm going with Luke. I could obviously be wrong about that though, so we'll just wait and see. But yeah, enough rambling on. Let's get to the episode and let's find out what happens. Let's see if they're able to get this little guy back. So the synopsis says, the Mandalorian and the child continue their journey through a dangerous galaxy. That ain't no synopsis. That's nothing. They're trying not to give away too much, which is understandable. It's the finale, right? But that basically tells us nothing about the story. So yeah, we're going in blind here, basically. So let's get right to it and let's see what's in store for us, guys. Whew, I'm not ready for this to be over. It seems like this season flew by. I don't know. Or is that just me? Oh my god. They're showing her, so Bo-Katan might be in this episode. I don't know if we'll see Ahsoka or not, though. Yeah, see, they're using that line because the Jedi is probably going to show up this episode, but I don't know that we'll see Ahsoka necessarily. Oh! Right into the action. Okay. Okay, they have the doctor with them. You better do what Boba says. Wow. Is Grogu on the ship or is he on the main? I feel like he's on the main ship, right? Yeah, he is.
Before you make a mistake, this is Dr. Pershing. We can work something out.
Oh! Okay then.
I saw you play. Destroy.
This guy's dead.
I was on Death Star.
She finna kill him. Anyway. Oh man, she's raw. Oh, he was asking for it though. The rescue, okay. This gives me hope. Gives you hope, right? Gives me hope. 2 Mandalorians, that's so iconic. Look at all the stares they're getting. It's Koska and Bo-Katan! And I thought Sasha Banks said that she wasn't gonna be in the rest of the season. Sneaky gal. She lied to us. Wow. They know him. Guessing they don't like each other. Oh! My god, shots fired. Oh my god. This is the last thing you guys need right now. Come on. Is Mando gonna interfere? Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, guys. I don't have a good feeling about this. She wants to kill him, like... I hope she doesn't end up being the one killed. Oh, did she blow his ear off? The doctors, she did. Cara Dune. Oh my gosh. Look at his ear. Where did you get that scar from? Did they show that in the Clone Wars or Rebels? I like this team up, but I am nervous because I just don't feel like Gideon's gonna die. So I don't want any of them to. Ooh. She's out for blood. So what happened to the third guy, Axe? I guess he just took vacation. This is classic Star Wars. They're good. They're going right in. I wonder when he'll catch on. I'm pretty sure Gideon is force sensitive, guys, and I feel like we're probably going to see it in this episode. Yes, Boba. This is such a good team up. Oh, and they're all women right now. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. They could use this mystery Jedi, man. Okay. So now Mando's going to try and get Grogu. Well, they're distracting everyone else. I wonder if Gideon knows what they're up to. Woo! Whoa. But the other two are going to probably save them. Yeah. They all need jetpacks. Oh man. This is not good. In this episode, could we see Grogu help them at all? By using the Force? She's so badass. Love her. Those moves must be easy for Sasha Banks since she's a wrestler. Right through the helmet. Oh my god, that was close. Man. Oh my gosh. Oh! I remember that droid from the Clone Wars, the movie. Ahsoka cut his head off. But I'm sure he's made other appearances as well. It's just the one that comes to mind. Man, I'm waiting for something bad to happen. This reminds me of a game where you have to complete all the levels before getting to the main boss, which in this case is Gideon. Oh no! Shoot him, Mando! Oh crap! He was so close! Oh my god, that's not good. Whoa! Is someone gonna help him? Oh my god! That's a good helmet he has. Even fire doesn't stop it. I don't know how they're gonna get out of this. None of his gadgets work. Oh, the spear worked though. But he can't use that for all of them. So I don't know what he's gonna do. Oh, there is that. Whoa, but did that kill them now, or can they just fly? I hope that wasn't the end of them, because I still want to see more Dark Troopers. The question going through my mind is what's gonna happen when Bo-Katan meets Gideon.
Where's Gideon?
Yeah, he's up to something. I bet he's like in the cell or something with Grogu. Some dark side vibes there. Does this remind anyone of Anakin killing all the droids in Cargo of Doom from the Clone Wars? Oh! I knew it! You can't kill him, Gideon.
Drop the blaster.
No.
Mesmerizing, isn't it? Have arrived at the bridge. Seeking me.
Is he gonna blow it up or something?
But I'm not there.
The bridge?
Murderous savages that they are.
Ironic for him to say that.
Order back to the galaxy.
Just like what the Superior talked about, order versus freedom, right? In the last episode. I do not trust him.
But you will lead.
Don't turn your back to him! I knew it! This guy's a psycho! Pull out your spear! Oh, he's evil. Oh man. He must be force sensitive, Gideon. He must be. Same movie as with Ahsoka. Oh my gosh. Will Bo-Katan pick it up now? He's gonna give him to Bo-Katan. Is she gonna kill him? But Kara wants him alive.
It belongs to you.
Oh!
For her to wield the Darksaber again, she would need to defeat you in combat.
Oh no! They have to fight?
He's right.
Don't let this be another Maul versus Pre Vizsla, please. I want them to be allies.
How many life forms? None.
The Jedi. Oh no, sorry. I'm so stupid. The Dark Troopers. I just want to see the Jedi. That's why I blurted it out. I'm happy they didn't just kill them off like that. But you kind of knew they had to come back. I love how she just throws them around. They gotta cuff the hands behind the back so they can't try shit like that. He looks weaker because they took his blood. Maybe this episode will be a cliffhanger. We won't see how they make it off the ship. That's why Bo-Katan wanted Gideon to surrender it to her, so she can win the saber in combat. Oh man. Okay, the Jedi, where are you? You gotta come now, please. The Republic.
X-Wing. What X-Wing? Great. We're safe.
So did Boba just take off? He went somewhere else? He senses! It's the Jedi! It's Luke. Watch it be Luke, guys. He senses who it is! Luke Skywalker, come. Or it could be Ahsoka too. But I don't think so. Seems like the time for a new character reveal. Okay. It is the Jedi. One saber, it's not Ahsoka. It's Luke, I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, am I right? feel like I'm right. Mark Hamill. Or Sebastian. He looks scared now, Gideon. She's not dead, is she? He just tried to shoot the child. What a bastard. Yes, Kara. Thank you for saving him from doing that. Bo-Katan's not dead, right? He's trying to call to him. Is he controlling them? No. Is anyone gonna check on Bo-Katan? Make sure sis is alright? It is Luke. It's gotta be Luke. Come on. The suspense is killing me. Wow. My god. So, are we gonna see Grogu go with him, the Jedi? I don't want them to be separated. This reminds me of Rebels, when Ahsoka was shown against the Inquisitors. It's gotta be Luke. Yes, I was right. What did I say? Wow. He's gonna leave his dad. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Is he gonna take off his helmet for him? I was just about to ask that, you know. He's showing his face for his son. Oh. Wow. Look at the tears in his eyes. This is emotional. Wow. Oh. Look at his face. I'm like tearing up right now. Why am I tearing up? That is so sad. Oh my gosh. He showed his face to Grogu and everyone. Oh. R2! Oh my gosh, I didn't think we'd see him. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is seriously giving off original trilogy vibes. Luke and R2 in one episode. Holy. Oh my gosh. Yo. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot about Bo-Katan. Oh, there she is. She's good. Our girl's good. Because that's so emotional. Wow. Oh my god. Mando. Poor Din. Oh my gosh. Wow. I feel like that ending made me feel kind of like how I felt when Ahsoka left the Order. And they even have like a quieter rendition of the theme to follow. To kind of let you soak up the moment, I feel like. Wow. That's so emotional. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I actually was kind of just skipping to the end before exiting out of the episode. And it looks like there's a scene at the end, which is crazy. I don't think they've ever done that before. So let's watch that scene and see. Tatooine. Yep. Boba? Is this where he went? Because he kind of took off. Fennec. She's gonna free her, obviously, yeah. Boba there. Why are they there? So he took over for Jabba after he died? Oh my gosh. He just killed him like that, eh? He just took the throne like that? Wow. The Book of Boba Fett. Coming December 2021. Whoa. Ooh. I literally almost missed that, guys. I can't believe that. Okay, so one episode, guys. There's like so much to talk about there, and I feel like it was a roller coaster of emotions. So let's just start from the beginning. First of all, I was not expecting to see Koska, especially because Sasha Banks told us that her character was not going to appear again for the remainder of the season. So I guess you're just misleading us. But yeah, nonetheless, it was a good surprise because I wanted to see more of her from the moment they showed her in the Heiress. I don't know what happened to Axe though, the third guy. I guess he just, yeah, he went somewhere else. But yeah, that was good. And the exchange between her and Boba Fett and Bo-Katan was pretty interesting to watch. Yet again, we're just seeing this whole idea of what it means to be Mandalorian challenged time and time again. There was definitely some tension there. I don't know like everything about the Mandalorian backstory, but I do know that Jango Fett's parents were killed by Death Watch, and so he didn't get along with Death Watch. Obviously they were enemies, and so that probably has something to do with it. And Bo-Katan also mentions the fact that Jango is his donor, or and that Boba is a clone, which just basically clears up any type of confusion or question as to whether or not Boba knew. Like, he definitely knows now, and I think he already knew before, but this is just like extra confirmation for her to bring that up. And it just kind of shows that she doesn't seem to really trust the clones and where she stands with them. Which makes sense. She was against the clones a lot of the times. The only time I saw her actually team up with them was during the siege of Mandalore, and yeah, other than that, she didn't seem to ever work with them. This is kind of random, but those two guys at the beginning with the doctor, I thought their exchange with Cara was kind of telling, because one guy, you could tell he didn't want to get involved really, and he seemed kind of willing to cooperate. But then the other guy seemed a little bit more malicious, and it just kind of again shows the various types of people that exist in the war. There are some people who are literally just trying to do their job and survive, like the officer that wanted to cooperate, and then there are others that truly are evil and like the power that war gives them, like the officer that Cara ended up shooting. So yeah, it just kind of almost plays into a little bit what was talked about last episode with the Superior and Mayfeld and Mando. So I like that scene for that reason. It was great to see the Dark Troopers again, although we kind of knew that we had to see them, right? This was like the grand finale. I'm so glad they brought them back. I kind of knew they weren't, that wasn't the end of them when Mando ejected them into space. But I was thinking to myself, like, that better not be it, because if it is, like, I'll give the episode a 5 out of 10 right here. Because you can't kill them off that easily, right? You got to keep them around. So I'm glad they brought them back and then had Luke be the one to kill them in the end. That was a more fitting way to defeat them. Hopefully, maybe we'll see more of them next season. Maybe there are like more that are being created somewhere that we haven't seen yet, because yeah, they're pretty cool to watch. Are we gonna see Bo-Katan versus Mando next season? Because they were heavily hinting at it. I know there's been some talk of this before as well, in terms of who will wield the Darksaber in the end, right? And so yeah, they definitely are implying that she might go after him, and she might be the new antagonist, right? She could kind of become his enemy in that sense. Bo-Katan's kind of like that. She's not really good, but she's not really bad. She's just kind of someone, you know, making their way through the galaxy, as Boba and Jango would say. That's just trying to survive and reclaim what is rightfully hers in her eyes, and she's kind of willing to do whatever it takes to get to that point. We saw that in the Clone Wars too, where she started off more like the enemy, and she progressed and changed into something different. So there's so many different layers to her character that I would not be surprised if we saw her and Mando showdown next season. Gideon was amazing in this episode, as always. During that whole scene in the cell with Grogu, you can see how manipulative he is. He really tries to play with Mando's emotions and use it against him as a weapon, just like he wields the weapon, the Darksaber. And this is like a classic move of a dark side user. They always try and get you to give in to your emotions. That is literally what dark side users always do. I still feel like he's force sensitive. I don't know. We didn't see that in this episode, and he might not be, but I just kind of have that feeling. And I like what he was saying about the Darksaber being the source of power. And he also said that the story is where the power lies, or something to that effect. And that whole exchange really just kind of reminded me of the fight between Maul and Pre Vizsla, where Maul said something similar. He was talking about how whoever wins this battle shall rule Mandalore. And Gideon, up until this point, he had all the power. He had the Empire on his side, he had the Dark Troopers on his side, and he had the Darksaber. And as soon as he lost the Darksaber to Mando, everything started falling apart. It's quite literally a symbol of power in this episode. But it just definitely raises a lot of questions between Bo-Katan and Mando in terms of who will get that power in the end and who will claim that weapon. Mando, it's interesting because he's so willing to just give it up to her, even though that's kind of against Mandalorian custom, as Gideon and Bo-Katan both stated in that scene. But yeah, up until this point, Mando has been very much by his customs. But yeah, in this case, he's kind of willing to forego that for the sake of keeping Bo-Katan as an ally and not making her an enemy. And that kind of ties into him removing his helmet as well. He's seeing the bigger picture here beyond just the Mandalorian code and what he knows to be the way of the Mandalore. He's finding value in other things, in his friends and his allies, and so that's why he's willing to do things like just give up the saber and remove his helmet for Grogu. Definitely seeing a lot of changes in him in that sense. I find it interesting that Gideon tried to kill himself. He really is a slave to the Empire's mentality, which is when things go wrong, you kind of have to basically kill yourself, which is what he told those two officers to do back in the Heiress. And look, we find himself doing the exact same thing. So even though when he has the power, he acts a certain way, and when he's in charge, he orders people to do things, but the moment he loses that power, he kind of becomes a slave to the Empire once more. And so everybody essentially is a slave to the Empire, I find. And that's what we really saw with Gideon trying to do that. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Mando and Grogu, or Din and Grogu, I should say. That was an incredibly emotional scene, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I started to get teary-eyed, as you probably could see. And it was just a reminder of how well the writers have developed both of their characters for us to even feel that impact of them separating, because they've been together all this time, right? And so actually last episode was the first time we saw them apart. I think on all other episodes they've always been together. When Grogu reaches out to Mando's helmet and then he takes it off, that's just so significant to me, because it was kind of a reminder that this whole time Mando has seen Grogu and learned more about him, including his name and his background, but Grogu has not really gotten to know Mando in the same way. There's always been this social and mental barrier, as well as quite literally the physical barrier of the helmet. And I think that him removing that helmet was just symbolizing him fully opening up to Grogu in this moment, and they're kind of for the first time truly able to see one another, and that's what made that scene so powerful. This is the second time now this season, and third time in total, that Din has removed his helmet, and he's becoming more and more comfortable with it slowly. And I think that just shows he's becoming his own person, and he's going from Mando, or the Mandalorian, to Din. It's all thanks to Grogu. Grogu is really the one that has changed Din. It's interesting how I have called Mando so many times, more so than by his name, and it's almost like I'm only seeing him as Mandalorian, but now I gotta accept the fact that he's becoming more than that. He's becoming more Din and less just Mandalorian. So I should honestly reflect that in my speaking by calling him Din more often. But yeah, that was just the perfect way, I think, to end off the episode. We knew that something had to change at the end of this episode. I don't think that everything could have gone back the same. Either someone had to die, or someone had to leave, or something, and that's what we essentially saw. The fact that he was waiting for Din's permission to go and leave with Luke was just so telling, and spoke volumes to the relationship they have and the respect they have for one another. And yeah, I mean, what more can I say? That was just so emotional. I don't think I was expecting their departure this soon. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it, because we definitely knew that it was coming. It was kind of hinted at in the episode The Jedi with Ahsoka, and it really just kind of reminded me of when Ahsoka left the Order. I felt like a very similar way. And even after she left the Order, they kind of quietly played her theme as the credits rolled out, and they did the same thing here. They quietly played the Mandalorian theme, and it kind of just, I feel like what that did was allow us to take in that moment, because it was a really profound moment, right? And then of course they hit us with that scene at the end, which I'll get to in a minute. And this is something that I mentioned in one of my previous videos as well. Ironically, Mando actually does kind of practice the Jedi Way, even though he's not a Jedi himself. And that's what we see him do here. We see him master the practice of learning how to let go and let go of your attachments. That's what he had to do with Grogu here. And wow, what an appearance by Luke Skywalker. So I gotta give myself credit for this one, okay guys? I was definitely right on this one. I think I was saying it in previous episodes as well, that it had to be Luke because he makes the most sense to the story. We know him and Ahsoka have to meet, and we know that this is right during the time where he's beginning to train his own Jedi, right? So it really made sense that he would be the perfect person to show up in this episode. And I just love how they led up to it. I love how they were there was this impending doom that they were all going to be defeated by the dark troopers, like literally the dark side was going to win, and then Luke just came to the rescue. Luke represents almost the light side here, defeating the Empire literally, which is what he already did. Wow, that was quite some CGI. I was wondering how they would CGI his face, but I guess they kind of did it they did similarly to Tarkin as well in Rogue One, so I'm not surprised they were able to pull it off for this episode. It must have cost a lot though, but it was definitely worth it. And it's just ironic because Yoda taught Luke, and now Luke is teaching one of Yoda's kind, so like the tables are turned now, right? And of course it was crazy to see R2 as well. I didn't see that coming. I was so focused on who the Jedi was gonna be, so it was amazing to see him again. And it's nice to see the interaction that R2 has with Grogu as well, and I wonder if we'll get to see more of them next season. I imagine so. I don't think they're off the show. When Luke first appeared, what came to my mind was that scene from Rebels where Ahsoka appears in the doorway about to fight the Inquisitors. And but the other scene that actually has parallels to, in my opinion, is the Darth Vader Rogue One scene, the infamous scene. And I think what's so interesting about those three scenes is in Ahsoka and Luke's cases, they're literally emerging from the light, but then with Vader, he's emerging from the darkness. And that's very telling to each of their stories. And it's also very telling that they each had similar scenes that paralleled one another, because that just shows the connection that each of them have. They both knew Vader and were connected to Vader, and both tried to bring him back to the light, and obviously Luke was the one that succeeded in doing that. And then of course we see that ending scene with Boba Fett that I almost missed. The guy at the end there, his name is Bib Fortuna, and I didn't know the character by name, but I vaguely remember seeing him before in Return of the Jedi, and I believe he was Jabba's right-hand man, and so it looks like he basically took over the throne after Jabba died. I was not expecting that, and that was just kind of a great way to announce the next what looks to be spin-off series, which is the Book of Boba Fett, coming next year, next December. And I'm glad they showed us that way instead of revealing this on the Disney Investor Day. So that's basically where we're at right now. We have Luke and Grogu in one storyline. We've got Fennec and Boba in the other storyline. We've got Ahsoka off doing her own thing in a different storyline for her spin-off series. And then now, in The Mandalorian, for season 3, it looks like we're gonna have Mando versus Bo-Katan, which should be interesting as well. Anyways, overall, great episode. I would say I'd have to give it like a 10. Like, I mean, come on. Like, Luke Skywalker showed up. And that's enough to give it a 10, right? And it just really brought everything together and wrapped everything out so nicely. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did you like the episode, and how did you feel about it? Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe as well. As always, I will respond to the comments. Thank you so much again for all the support on this channel. I did not expect all this when I started this channel earlier this year in the spring. And so thank you so much for all your comments. I do look at them and I love responding to them as well. And I'll be making more videos going forward, even though The Mandalorian is done now. You can expect more of those. Until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you. And hopefully we get to see this little guy again. We'll see though. But I'm hopeful that he will show up next season.